Your superconscious is where your genius is. It's also where your intuition is. But most importantly, it lives outside of what you know. What you want to do is find out what they are already wanting. Find out what they want and give them that. Manufacturing desire in someone else is a really hard thing to do. How do you set up a system where you actually get stronger under pressure? 3 exponential entrepreneur thinking models for you today on this session, and these are going to blow you away. These are actually 3 of my favorite, and let me dive right into them, because if you understand these principles and thinking models, when you apply them to your business, everything changes. So the first one for today is that you're super conscious, and so is everyone else. Our superconscious is this higher state of mind, which is a infinite intelligence. There are so many examples of simultaneous invention where the telephone was invented in 2 places at the same time, and we didn't even have a telephone then. You get ideas from a higher mind. You also get energy from it. You're actually super conscious. And when I started to learn this, obviously I've written 2 books on the super conscious, how to access it, how to activate it. Your super conscious is where your genius is. It's also where your intuition is. But most importantly, it lives outside of what you know. And so a lot of times when we're creating what we love or creating a business, we want to always know how everything is. And when you're doing something you haven't done before, most of the time you don't know how you're going to do it. And you don't know what you're going to do. You just know that there's this vision or this thing pulling on you. Now, when you get inspired ideas, it's activating your superconscious. So you're superconscious, but so is everyone else. You have a way to access a higher mind. There are actually 9 superconscious superpowers that you can access. I'll cover those in a different session. But when you think about this, there is a bigger mind, a bigger source that's coming through you. If you learn to quiet your mind and go to a place of innocence where you don't know how it is, you can access this. Now, when I learned this, I learned it straight from a billionaire, and that he taught me exactly how to do this. If you sit down with a question and you give up needing to know the answer, and you sit with an open-ended question of how do I make more money, or how do I find the right staff member, or how do I grow my business, or how do I, whatever it is, and you sit with that question and you turn off all your phones, everything else, and you just sit and you meditate with just that question, you will find that the most amazing insights just come to you. But what you want to do is you don't want to just sit and get the answer from the very first question, very first answer, that's it. You actually want to sit there and make this a daily practice where for 15 minutes a day, you sit down in a quiet place and you just have one question and you get every answer you can on paper. It will blow you away how the biggest problems in your life can be solved by doing this. You are super conscious, and so is everyone else. Now, if you want more training on that, obviously go grab my books. The next one is this idea that you can harness the river of desire. And what I mean by that, we don't want to try to manufacture desire in someone else. I've spent way too much time wasting my time and wasting my money trying to create desire in staff and in clients and in people that's not there. What you want to do is find out what they are already wanting. So instead of trying to manufacture desire and trying to change their mind, find out what problems that they currently have. If you're marketing, find out what problems they currently have. What is this river of desire? The river of desire is flowing from problem to solution. Find out what they want and give them that. Too often when we're marketing or when we're selling, we're trying to divert their desire or manufacture or create desire or say, do it a different way. But they already have the desire. And we must not get confused with this. It's so much easier to sell a painkiller than it is to sell a vitamin. And that's because someone who's looking for a painkiller is urgent. They've got a river of desire and it is flowing. And you just need to put yourself in the way of that. I teach many young entrepreneurs, if you want to make your first million, just find what people are buying and what they want to buy and what they are buying and do your version of that. That is the simplest way to make your first million, and it's the most proven. You want to harness the river of desire with your staff as well. If they desire to do more than just have a job, you need to give them profit shares. If they desire to start their own business, you need to make sure that's actually someone you want to have in your business, because otherwise they're going to come in and they're just going to leave and do their own thing, which is no problem. But there's also people that just desire a safe, secure job. They want to come in, do their job, and they want to leave. They want to have holiday pay. That they want that. And so I've realized over my 19 years in business that manufacturing desire in someone else is a really hard thing to do, and you need to find what's already there. One of the secrets of marketing is the number one thing you need is to find a thirsty or a starving crowd. Find a crowd that actually has the desire already. And the last one for today is a concept that I really ran my life by for about, 7 years, and that was to be anti-fragile. And being anti-fragile is really interesting because you think about the word fragile, and it comes from Nassim Taleb, one of my top authors. Absolutely love him, Nassim Taleb. And so if you be anti-fragile, what I want you to get from that is that fragile, we know if you apply pressure to it, it breaks. So robust is the more robust something is the more pressure you put on it. The degree of pressure you can put on something before it breaks is the amount of robustness that it has. And so anti-fragile is something that is seen in nature a lot, which is the more pressure you put on something, the stronger it gets. It's anti-fragile. And it's such a strange word because we don't have a word for it in the English language. So anti-fragile, something that gets stronger with pressure. And it's like, it's what our muscles do. So if you go to your go to the gym and you rip your muscles, they come back stronger. They're anti-fragile. And so this is something I always think about is when applied pressure, how does what I'm creating get stronger? It's such a great investing premise, and it's such a great premise for your staff and for your business and for you, is how do you set up a system where you actually get stronger under pressure, where you actually enjoy the pressure and know that it actually makes you get stronger. I think when I think about this premise of being anti-fragile, it kind of allows me to look for and wait and hope that pressure is coming, if that makes sense. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed these 3 really quick mental models, but very deep. You're super conscious, harness the river of desire, and be anti-fragile. On the next session, I'll continue this with 3 more. Hope you're enjoying it, and go ahead and go and watch that next episode right now. Bye.